Hi, welcome back to the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and today we're continuing with our Chicago Build series. This will be episode 3, which will be part 2 of the Van Buren Street Station Freight Yard. Okay? And today we're going to be painting the station platforms in the area so that in part 3 we can follow up with the final scenicking of the scene. So with that, let's switch over cameras and get after it. Well, I've got the compressor and airbrush out, and what we're going to do is I'm going to paint the track work and weather it again. I've already mixed up the paint. I'm using a Vallejo Air mud brown. And sure we're on. There we go. There we go. Alright, so you'll see some overspray in there that I'm not worried about because I still have to come back and do the painting on the platform itself. If you study the period photographs, you'll see that there are some, I won't say roads, but pathways down in the station, and I'm just representing those with a couple spots here and here. In case you were wondering what those were. So I think I have that the way I wanted it. I want to come in and add a little bit of gray to that. And some armor brown. Alright, and doing a typical Steve, I've gone ahead and painted it and didn't record it. I use a very, very light gray, almost an off-white, that I mix just a tad bit of brown to give it more of a warm concrete color, if there is such a thing. So it's been sanded and painted. You already saw the airbrushing. It's all ready to go. The next step, once that's dry, is I'll come in and add the yellow safety striping, and then we will do the weathering and just make it look kind of dirty and grungy, so to speak. And that's nothing more than a gray, a fine black and a fine brown wash. So, all right, we'll let that dry and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, as you can see, I've started using the paint pen to add in the yellow safety stripes. And since I have used the flathead screwdriver earlier to recess the area just on the platform side of the rail, the paint pen just runs right along the rail itself. And there's no need to mask it off. You still get the straight line. Now, yes, some of the paint from the paint pen is on the rail, and that's easily cleaned off after the fact. Alright, now let that dry. Then we can come back in and weather over the top. Get it looking grungy. Hang on. Alright, so here we are adding the wash. And hopefully you can start to see the difference where I've added it here versus down there. Wipe it on. And wipe it off. Or a mud. It's kind of a Illinois dirt wash. Once we give that a chance to set up, we'll add a little bit of a brown, rusty type of wash to it. Alright, so hang on. Alright, now it's time for a little brown wash. Get a little rust flavor into it. There we go. Alright, stay tuned. So there you have it. We've got the platform there at Buren Street Station Freight Yard, all painted up, weathered, looking good. Now we have some ballasting and scenic work to do, and we'll top it all off with a screen break I mentioned earlier with the Prudential building on what is the left-hand side of the scene. All right. So again, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.